Opening up your embouchure can go a long way for increasing your resonance and helping out with legato, smooth connections between all of your notes. So I'm going to just give you a really simple quick tips video here that will sort of change the way that you're using your embouchure and change the way that you're thinking about the clarinet being in your embouchure, that I think can go a long way for helping increase resonance, get really smooth connections between all of your notes, whether you're jumping around different octaves and registers or even just playing a simple scale and getting that all really smoothed out. So what I want to talk about here is actually literally opening up the embouchure. So we want to think about being a little bit more open and also a lot of up to the clarinet in the embouchure itself. So this is sort of a difference maybe for some people thinking about pulling the clarinet up. Maybe you've heard it before that that's something that you should be thinking about but never really like understood what it was or why to do it. So I want to explain that a little bit. When we're playing the clarinet, what's actually happening, what's creating the sound, is the reed vibrating against the mouthpiece, and then that sends down this sort of frequency or pattern of air vibrations through the clarinet, and when it resonates through the instruments, you get different notes depending on how many holes are covered. But at the core of it, all of the quality of the sound comes down to probably number one, the air, and number two, the vibrations of the reed. And that's where the embouchure comes in, because the embouchure sort of facilitates those vibrations of the reed. So when I'm talking about opening up the embouchure, I'm literally meaning like opening up this jaw, increasing the amount of space inside your mouth so that there's lots of air flowing through, and then also thinking about up with the clarinet so that, again, it's sort of anchoring into these top teeth, opening it up. And if you notice, when you pull the clarinet up in your mouth and anchor it into these top teeth more, you're getting the pressure off of the reed. And that's what's gonna allow a great clarinet embouchure to really facilitate the vibrations of the reed. So let me do just a little bit of a demonstration of what this actually looks like and the difference this can make in your sound. So I'm just gonna play a note and I'm going to start with my embouchure sort of just normal and be thinking about sort of just resting the clarinet in my mouth and just having it sort of neutrally in my mouth, maybe even just like having the reed sort of just resting against the bottom lip. And then as I'm playing, I'm gonna go from that and then I'm gonna think up and actually pull the clarinet up, anchor it into these top teeth, open up my embouchure, open up that jaw and create more space in the mouth. And I think you'll be able to hear a huge difference in the sound's quality. So you can hear immediately the sound quality improves, it gets clearer, it gets more resonant just by pulling that up. I bet you could even hear that through like the microphone, through the computer, because it's that big of a difference. I'm gonna add one other little step to this where I'm gonna pull the clarinet up, open up the embouchure, and then I'm also going to squeeze in with my lip muscles so that I'm keeping a good cushion to this bottom lip. So I'll do that sort of in 3 steps. I'll play a note with the reed down, clarinet down into the bottom lip, pull it up, and then bring this in, and you should hear 3 distinct qualities of sound. You can see that that creates a massive improvement in the sound quality. We get lots more resonance, lots more core to the sound, and that's because we're pulling the reed away from the bottom lip and allowing the bottom lip to support and facilitate the vibrations of the reed rather than putting too much pressure on it and dampening or pinching off of those vibrations. Having this more focused core to the sound and being open with the embouchure and thinking up with the clarinet will also allow you to get really great connections throughout all of the registers and transitioning between all of those registers, because the reed will be vibrating and it's the vibrations of the reed that allow you to cross registers. You have to keep the air support going, keep the vibrations going, and then you can do all kinds of legato. And really effortlessly move through all of the registers of the clarinet by keeping that air support going and then thinking open and up with your embouchure and the clarinet so that the reed can really vibrate to its fullest potential and you can get your most resonant sound. One quick sort of bonus disclaimer, if you find yourself thinking up and open with your embouchure, but you're getting a really fuzzy, airy sound, maybe something like this, then that means that you aren't quite supportive enough with your bottom lip, and you need to really add in a lot of that third step where you really bring this together, really have this firm cushion and this flat chin, and that's what'll get you from to really focusing that in. So we do still need to be supportive with the bottom lip and encourage the vibrations of the reed with the bottom lip. We just don't want to have too much pressure on the reed with that bottom lip. All right, I hope this has been helpful. I hope this gives you some quick tips on some different things that you can try with your embouchure to really improve your resonance a great deal, and also work on being really legato and getting those smooth transitions between notes. Another fun thing about this is that it'll actually help with your air endurance as well, because the air will be more efficient going into vibrating the reed, because your embouchure won't be fighting against your airstream, where your airstream's getting the vibrations going, but then your embouchure's fighting it, so you have to use more air and you end up running out of air more quickly. So there's tons and tons of benefits to thinking about opening up the embouchure, anchoring into the top teeth, into the top lip, rather than letting it sag into the bottom lip or closing up your jaw. There's also tons more information about this. If you look up stuff about double lip embouchure, is similar principles to this, where you bring your top lip over. Lots of really famous clarinet players and teachers, including like Ricardo Morales, loves double lip, and there's tons of stuff of him talking about it. And actually Robert Marcellus, who is one of the greatest clarinet teachers of the last century, always was talking about this top lip and engaging the top lip, because it has so many benefits, not just increasing the resonance and legato like this, but there's other things that happen sort of inside your mouth. But that's beyond the scope of this quick tips video. If you want more information about double lip and those top lip voicing things, go ahead and leave a comment and I can make a more in-depth video about that. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.